Spriggs. I'm the veterinarian at Mesker Park Zoo and Botanic Garden. This is Kristie VanHoosier. She's our vet tech. I've been at Mesker Park Zoo since 2009. Prior to that, I did an internship at a referral center in Tampa, Florida, and then an internship at the zoo in Tampa called Lowry Park Zoo. I graduated from Ohio State University. Pretty much always knew I wanted to be a vet and work with wildlife. This is Santiago. He's a Colombian tegu found in South America in our Amazonia exhibit. He's here because unfortunately he has had a bout of constipation. So we are treating him in the hospital. Symptomatically actually is improving quite a bit over the last couple of weeks. Unlike in the traditional practice, our patients are not always cooperative.
My name is Rachel and I'm the quarantine keeper down here in the vet building. We take care of any of the animals that come down and they come into the zoo and they're in quarantine for 30 days before they go out to the main population. And then any animals that are down here because they're sick a lot of times, then we'll take care of them during that time. They can bite. If you see these two big bumps on the top of her head and this right there, that's actually jaw muscles. So they have extremely strong jaws. If she were to bite my finger, she would probably break the bones. But she came in pretty aggressive, but we've been working with her a lot because we're in close quarters, just training her, getting used to being touched. Makes it a lot easier to move her, weigh her, do any kind of physical procedures we have to do on her, which we actually recently, she lost the tip of her tail, so we had to catch her up and bandage it and treat it, which it was much easier when she was handleable.
Before the jaguars were not trained to go into a squeeze cage, so we would use a dart pistol to sedate them. It would go in their muscle and they would be sedated. Now the keepers have trained them to go in a squeeze cage, so the cage squeezes them down and we can just give them a hand injection and then they become sedated. So that's when we get to enter the cage and do whatever procedures we need to do on them.
This is a foot bath, and one of the aspects of my job as a vet at the zoo is to try to minimize the risk of disease transmission from one area of the zoo to another. So we institute a lot of biosecurity precautions such as foot baths, hand washing, not sharing food bowls and toys between different areas, just to try to help make sure that we ensure as healthy a possible environment for the animals. Squirrel monkeys and howler monkeys, they're 2 of 3 species exhibited in the Amazonia and 13 species housed at the zoo. You know, people a lot of times ask me, well, how do you know about all the different animals? And I don't know about every single animal under the sun, but I do know about animal groups. So once you kind of learn about South American monkeys, you can extrapolate information to various species, even if you've never actually worked with that species before. All primates, social considerations are very important. Some species prefer to be housed as pairs, such as these howler monkeys. The male is the black one and the brown one is the female, while other species can be housed as a group of bachelors or a group of females. But all primates pretty much are housed socially in groups that are appropriate to their natural history and natural environment. One of the main motivations for me working in a zoo is the idea that as a zoo vet I have a chance to contribute towards conservation of wildlife. I think that's a common theme for all the women who work in the zoo.